All right. So ultimately, I've been in kind of a it's 11:11 right now, by the way. But I've been kind of in a very strange mood lately. I know this is a different type of video, which I'm totally okay with, but a lot of the things that I'm going to be talking about is being overproductive and underappreciated. So I've mentioned this, this is a video not for everybody. This is going to be a video for people who are deemed workaholics, people who are deemed, overproductive, or they work a lot, or they're overproducers, they produce a lot. And I know that some of you guys have no fucking resonance with this. A lot of other, and I also think that producing doesn't mean just doing and acting. It doesn't mean just like outer external action and doing. It actually is a little bit deeper, where it's about actual like doing, like existence. It's about like you realize there is a doingness to a beingness to existence. Okay, so like we are here to do. We are here to have deeds and do deeds and be recognized by our deeds. We're not saved by our deeds or whatever. But I want you guys to also see that doing is fruits. Like what you produce is your production, or how your production is. What your overproduction is, how you produce, is your produce. It's the same word. It's like literally there's no difference in etymology. Okay, produce and production. Okay, so how we produce. Now you can also see consume and consumption. Okay, that there are people who produce and there's people who consume. Okay, and so the people who produce, generally the people who consume what people produce. We already understand this. Supply, demand, demand, supply. We get the correlation between this. Okay, I'm not going to bore you with logistics, but the whole thing about this is that there are people who are overproductive and underappreciated. Are you hearing me? There are people who are overproductive and underappreciated. Okay, so I'm gonna talk from my personal experience, but I know that it's not just me, so I'm not just talking about myself. I'm not just talking about me. I'm not just talking about just myself. The whole thing about this is that it goes beyond just talking about yourself. Okay, the whole thing is that we are one big being. We are one big five-dimensional being. All of us together is a greater being. The collective Christ consciousness is what some people call. Okay, now ultimately we produce for ourselves, and we produce for our families, which is others. We produce for our friends, which is others. We produce for the collective, the world, which is others, the internet, which is others, and self. We produce for all these types of things, including ourselves and others, which is the collective. Okay, so I'm really getting to this thing where I don't see why the people who overproduce are generally so underappreciated, but I'm starting to see. I'm starting to see that it's because the people who are more consumptive, the people who consume a lot, the people who don't do as much, they also take what is given and give nothing back, which is parasitic energy. Okay? And even the D word, energy. Now, I want you guys to understand that as you realize, okay, as you realize that there are people like this, you have to separate from these people. And the more that you awaken, you require solitude. You require solitude. Like, people don't get you. They understand you. They don't comprehend you. They understand you, but they don't comprehend you. They don't get you. They don't know how you operate. They don't know how you function. They don't understand your wiring. They don't understand how you are wired the way you are wired, how you're made the way you're made, how you believe the things you believe, why you believe the things you believe. What are the things that you believe? Because they are trying to listen to you to get to know what you know, to try to comprehend what you get, to try to all this type of stuff. They want to comprehend what you comprehend, and it's like they cannot necessarily comprehend you by listening to you. They have to experience the types of experiences that you've experienced. And the thing is that they can listen to you over and over and over and still not get it because they're just listening. They're just listening. Okay, there's this thing too where with overproduction, okay, if you're overproducing and nobody's producing, they're not the same type of energies. They're not the same type of experiences. If this one is overproducing with the lion, if this one is overproducing and this one is not, okay, eventually this one's going to say, I want this. 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 Okay? And if this being, I'm not saying if they're not strong enough, but they also have empathy. See, that's the thing, is they have human nature. They have love. They have compassion. They have empathy. They have sympathy. Okay? So when they see somebody who's like, you know, the thing is, you have to be discerning. You have to be spiritually discerning of specific types of things, which requires solitude, which requires, so you know when you're in solitude, you know who to be around and who not to be around. You know why? Because silence. You know what to listen to, you know what not to listen to. Silence in terms of words as well. You know what people are speaking, what people are not speaking into their lives and into other people's lives, or what they're speaking into the conceptualized version of themselves. See, the whole thing about this is that overproduction, a lot of people who, the people in their lives, friends, family, or even just outer external people, okay, they see that this person's overproductive, but they don't want to reward that overproduction, because if they continuously reward that overproduction, then they fear what they do not get. They fear what they don't understand. So from experience, like me being overproductive, I've never been awarded at work once. And I think it's also because I do say the truth. The only thing that I'm rewarded with is I eat last, and the whole thing is that people come to me for leadership. They come to me because they know they can depend upon me. They come to me because they know that I will speak the truth, that I won't beat around the bush, that I will tell them how it is. And this comes off like asshole energy. But when you need asshole energy, that's when you guys come to me. But other fucking times, I'm just an asshole. That's the term. I'm just an asshole. I'm just arrogant. I'm just overconfident. I'm just overproductive. I'm just a workaholic. And it's spiritually emitting solitude for beings like me. Okay? So like I said, it's not just about me. There's a million people going through the same shit that I'm going through. Okay? I'm not fucking special. The whole thing is I'm just willing to fucking record it. The whole thing about this is that as you overproduce, if you reward those people, so like the people who built the business, I've realized this, the people who built the business, it's like, can I get it for free? Can I get it for free? Can I have this shit for free? Can I please have this shit, please? Can I want you to train me for as cheap as possible. Because you want me to train you at my knowledge base, but you want it to do it based on your coin level, based on your financial level, which obviously we have to do, but it's like you're not also willing to upgrade your financial level. So that's why, if you've seen, sell to the rich. You sell to the rich because the rich people only want to keep getting richer in a positive way. You can think of it negatively or you can think of it positively. It's how you think of it. And the thing is like with overproductive people, if people overproduce, that person would start to actually get more confidence. They would start to be like, oh, they would start to get the dopamine. They would start to be motivated to go do bigger and better things than what they're probably fucking doing. But instead, no, they will diminish that person. They will leech from that person. And that is the big fucking lesson of God. That is the big lesson of life.